Have the ECB gone too far with the sanctions of Ollie Robinson? That's what we're discussing on Hoggs Vlog. Now, as a youngster, someone who's aspiring to play international cricket, you want to represent your country, especially out test level. Now, if you're an English cricketer, you want to make that test match debut at the home of cricket, Lords. And this happened for Ollie Robinson. It should be a huge celebration for the young man. Day one, he's walking off the Lords ground, proud as punch that he's wearing his English cap for the first time. He gets into the change room, turns his phone on, and all of a sudden he sees a barrage of tweets bringing up tweets from 10 years ago from sexism and racism comments that he had made. Now, the ECB have been trying to stamp out racism and sexism over the last couple of years in their game, both on and off the field. It's a move that has to happen. We've got women playing the game, we've got men playing the game. We're leaders in society. We want to make sure we set the right example. So I agree with those moves, but how far do you take it? Do you go back 10 years from someone's actions back then? Now let's look at Ollie Robinson. Ollie Robinson, 18 years of age. He wasn't in a first-class system at that stage. He was a little unsure with his life, and if you look at the movements that he's had, you could see that he was a little uncertain about where his life was going. He's a little insecure. He started out Kent, then he went to Leicester for a little bit, Hampshire, Yorkshire. Now, that was all in a 2-year period, and while he's out Yorkshire, they managed to sign him on a first-class contract. He played a couple of T20s, but his actions, both on and off the field, weren't suited to the culture that Jason Gillespie was trying to create there. Jason Gillespie got rid of him, but Gillespie said that he's got the talent to go all the way. So he went down to Sussex and they gave him another opportunity, and he knew that he was on his last legs. He knew that he had to turn his life around. Yes, he had the ability, but he still had to work on his cricket to get to the ultimate there of playing test cricket, but he had to work on himself as a person. So for me, this should be a good news story, not a bad news story. A good news story where someone has turned their life around. There's so much pressure on youngsters out in the world, and there's so many stories of people that have got the talent but never got there because they couldn't turn their life around away from the sport. So for me, this is good leadership for people, youngsters out there trying to succeed in any field. If things aren't going well for you at the start, you get the knockbacks, you do silly things, you can still turn it around and succeed. So for me, Ollie Robinson, the ECB should be getting off his back. They should be supporting him right now and allowing him to play the next test match, because they're taking a step backwards on his development, not a step forwards. They're going to create more insecurity within him right now, because he's going to be unsure moving forward. He's going to be a little bit stagnated of what I can say and what I can't do, and that might affect his performances moving forward. So for me, I think they've done more damage than good here. They're not setting a message out there, because he hasn't done it in the last couple of years. He's improved himself, and for me, ECB, again, get him back playing. I don't agree with racism and sexism. We don't need it in the world, but we've also got to celebrate people turning their life around. What do you reckon? Get your comments downstairs, and I'll see you on Friday for another Hoggs vlog. Thanks, guys.